Today's video is the makeup look that we have here. This was the look that I felt like doing today. I've posted this on my Instagram a few times and I always get requests from people on how I do it. Obviously a lot of focus on the eyes, and I put a lot of focus into the skin to kind of achieve that no makeup, glowy look. I will be linking all of the products in the description for you guys, as well as hopefully my shirt. I might be out of stock, but not this because it's vintage. Also my TikTok and Instagram and everything will be in the description as well. I think that's all the chatting we need to do, so don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos like this, and let's get on into the tutorial. I'm going to start by using, I think this is actually my favorite brow pencil of all time. It's the Laura Mercier eyebrow pencil, just in brunette. I'm going to brush out my brows here. I also have been using the Pears soap just to do soap brows. With a damp spoolie, I'm just kind of picking up some of the soap there. I've actually been using the soap in my brows before I fill them in so I can get the shape exactly how I want it, and then just hit certain areas that I need a little extra help. So I let it sit for a second typically before I go in with the brow pencil, just so that it doesn't move the soap around too much. And just using little strokes, I'm going to try to make this look as natural as possible. That's it, super simple, natural brows. Maybe a little more right here, but that feels good. This is a Super Goop eyeshadow with SPF in it, and it's a really nice shimmery base. So I don't typically put sunscreen around my eyes or on my lid here just because it irritates my eyes. But I love that this is a product that's designed to put on your lids, which is a spot that I feel like a lot of us always forget to put sunscreen or don't because it's irritating. I think it also adds a really nice glow under other eyeshadows. For shadow, I will be using these two Natasha Denona mini palettes. I am obsessed with these. These mini palettes I think are like the cutest, most convenient thing. And it's not just because I'm obsessed with mini-sized things, also because I love the shadows and the shade ranges. Going into the lightest matte shade there, just kind of sliding that all over my lid, up into the crease a little bit, light layer of shadow there. Using a fluffy brush, I'm just going to very lightly combine the two matte shades from this palette. And I just want to put a really light layer of this kind of on the outside here, just to darken up around here. And now we have the fun part, which is a shadow liner. I am using a damp angled brush. This is actually a brow brush from Chanel, but it is my favorite brush to do this with. I'm taking the dark brown from this palette and a damp brush and just packing that shadow onto the brush. I like to smooth the shadow out on my hand on the brush so it gives me a really clean line. Just kind of following the line of my lashes and my eyes here. I am going to do just a single thin line. I'm going to match it on the other side. So then I'm just going to build this wing out here. You really can be messy about this because we're going to blend everything out. And I use a really tiny smudge brush. This is from Laura Mercier, and I'm just going to smudge out the edge of that. This is a clean brush that I'm using to smudge out the top edge of the shadow liner. Typically what I do when I do this is I just layer and smudge until I get the desired effect. Some days I'll go a little bit lighter on this, other days I'll go a little bit darker. I'm going to try to go a little bit darker today just so that the effect really comes across on camera. I do think one of the best things about this look is that you can be messy and it's really easy to fix it. The only thing you have to be careful about is not rushing it, because otherwise it can get super patchy and we don't like that because that's a little bit harder to fix. And I'm going to just continue kind of going back and forth between these two lines to get them how I want them to look. And once I'm at a good point with like my smudginess, I will take a little bit more shadow and just define the line so that you have a really dark line at the bottom of your wing. I have a little bit of my favorite makeup remover from Chanel, the Bi-Phase Eye Makeup Remover, and I have a Q-tip here that I'm just going to use to clean up the edge and make it super sharp. And it's also going to extend the wing a little bit as well. And so you just kind of want to play with that so you're getting a really, really thin, sleek wing. Going back in with that same brown color and the same brush, and I'm going to follow my natural eye and just define the inner corner here. I don't know if you can see that because of the way that I'm doing this, because it's kind of hard to do this and talk at the same time. This, I think, is the hardest part of the look. And now I'm going to try to repeat this on the other side here. Typically, once I'm done with my shadow, I just like to double check my brows and make sure that they go with the look. Just going to add a little bit of a touch up here and here. And I do want to extend them out just a tiny bit. I have a Laura Mercier lash curler today. I also really love this one. I know I talk about the Kevyn Aucoin one. Oh, got some chocolate in my mouth. I've been eating chocolate in between takes. For my lashes, I am using the Hourglass Curator Lash, I want to say collection. And starting with the primer, it has this beautiful tool here that's not like any other brush. I'm just going to add the primer onto my top lashes here. I don't think I'm going to do any on my bottom lashes. This tool is a little hard to get the trick of when you first start using it, but once you have the hang of it, your lashes are super beautiful, lengthened. There's a lot of volume. The mascara, same brush, and going over the primer here. And I typically work one eye at a time because I find that to be a bit easier to work with the product. I also like to press this into my lashes near the root just to darken up my lash line there. And I'm just gonna do the other side quick off camera. So I'm just sticking on some of this Tony Moly Peach Lip Balm. It smells like peach, looks like peach. I love it. I just discovered this product, the Peter Thomas Roth Water Drench SPF 45, because I was looking for more sunscreen slash moisturizers, and I am obsessed with this. So I'm going to squirt some of this out of my hands and maybe a little bit more. Then I'm going to mix it with the Soleil Tan de Chanel, just a little bit of this because there's a shimmer in it, but the two products together give you the most beautiful glow on your skin. Seriously, I'm just using the tiniest amount of this. Then mixing those together and just spreading this across my skin and apparently into my hair. See, isn't that such a nice glow? I'm super, super picky when it comes to sunscreens, and I've tried so many types, and they all always give me those little bumps on my forehead, and I get just irritation in general. And I've not found this with this one. It's so moisturizing. It gives you a really beautiful glow. I just really love how that makes my skin look. I'm not going to use any foundation, just going straight into concealer. I fake tanned the other day, and I might be a little dark for this, but I'm using my Hourglass Oat Vanish Concealer and just adding a tiny bit of this under my eyes, any spots that I might need it. And I'm always a bit red around my nose there, so I like to add a little extra there. Also using the Hourglass concealer brush and just, oh yeah, this is a little bit light on me right now, but I'm just going to continue blending it out really well and see where this goes. Ow, my eyeball. You ever do that when you're doing concealer? You just like brush it into your eyeball. Before I apply powder, I'm going to use this blush stamp. I love this so much. I think it's like the cutest thing. And then just kind of stamping it on my cheeks a couple of times. I might need to take up a little bit more on this side. And I'm going to blend it out with my fingers, actually. I think it allows me a little bit more control of the product. Using the Hourglass translucent setting powder, I am just very lightly going to powder my face, tiny bit on my forehead and under my eyes to set that concealer. Using the Trini London Cheekbones in Kate. Weirdly been using my knuckle on this to both take the product out of the pot and apply it onto my face. I just feel like it gives me a really precise placement of it. This also is such a good thing to really like cut your jawbone in. It's the perfect like shadow color because it's so cool toned. And I'm going to take a little bit just to kind of shape my chin here. I'm using the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer and a super fluffy brush here, and just kind of adding a little bit of that around the edges of my face just to warm it up, give it a little bronzing action here. I'm also going to use this highlighter from Pat McGrath. It is an Ultra Glow highlighter, same fluffy brush, and just taking a little bit of that and just kind of sweeping that over the high points of my face. And this is not a glittery, this is not a super shimmery or glittery highlighter. I'm just using it to kind of accentuate parts of my face that I want a little bit more glow. Like it really makes you glow, it doesn't make you shimmer. And then I'm going to use a clear balm for my cheekbone highlight. I really like the Tower one of my girlfriends recommended it to me, and I feel like it gives you a really nice glow without being sticky. Another one I really love is the Chanel one, so I'm just adding this wherever I would typically like highlight. Going in with the Laura Mercier lip liner in Hazelnut Tea, overlining my lips as one does. It's going on a little heavier than I would like for it to go on just because it's really hot in this room, so it's a bit melty. So I'm just gonna blend it out with my finger as I'm applying it so that it looks natural. Whenever I do my lips on camera, I'm always like, wow, I need to drink more water. So let's all take this as a reminder to drink more water and not like my 2 coffees that I have next to me. Here we have the finished look. Thanks so much for watching along, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I'll see you guys in the next one.